Welcome to the owner's class video for the Panasonic NI-WL600 from irontopic.com. In this video we're going to go over what you need to know to get started. First, we will unbox the Panasonic NI-WL600 Freestyle, cordless steam iron. We ordered it in the silver color. We took a pair of scissors and cut the shipping tape that was on the box. As opened the box, the first thing we saw was the Panasonic instructions manual, a note that said, during use, please return iron to power base when not ironing to maintain selected temperature. Please read instructions carefully before operating this iron. Then it has a piece of foam on top for protection. We finally took the iron out of the box, and it was in a plastic bag. The box had another piece of cardboard in the bottom for protection. On top, they have cardboard protecting your steam and spraying buttons. There was also cardboard at the back protecting the connection of the iron to the stand. There also is a piece of cardboard underneath the iron. The makers had covered the steel plate of the iron in a thin protective plastic which we removed. The end of the iron has two prongs that sit down and goes into the housing unit. The iron goes in and locks in that position where the prongs meet the housing unit. That is also how the iron is going to charge. The top of the handlebar has a steam temperature of high, medium, and low and off with a set button. You also have a steam button and a spray button. You have high steam, medium steam, and no steam. There is a toggle switch. The water container has a little opening, and you need to lift the flap and then put water into the container. The base of the iron has some rubber wheels on it so that your iron does not get marked and scarred. It also keeps the iron off the bottom base as it is heating. Underneath the base, there is a little pad which is there to keep your iron in position. The base has the cord that is retractable into the housing. As you pull the cord it locks in. For it to go back in, you have to pull it and release, and it goes back in into the base. The iron has a water tank release button. When you press it, the entire water tank section of the iron comes off. It is for the user's convenience to take it to the sink and fill it. The water tank has a max line, which indicates up to where you can fill the water. Once the iron is heated, we take the iron off the base and iron. The temperature felt hot. The iron did an excellent job with that. We ironed a little bit longer to see how long the iron held the heat. The iron stayed hot for a very long period. We did not use any steam, just a dry iron, and it was still very hot. Then we turned on the steam. We tried the burst of the steam button. We liked the steam burst feature of the iron. The bottom plate of the iron has points at both ends. So there is not a way to iron. It means you can iron a piece of cloth in any direction, and the iron releases the heat in an equal manner. The iron overall felt very lightweight. With just 4 pounds 4 ounces, the iron is very light to move around while ironing. The base of the iron also has indications or writings on what temperature should a user opt. For materials like linen and cotton, you, of course, use the high temperature. The iron has a 10 minutes shut-off time. If you do not move or use the iron for 10 minutes, it will shut itself off. A thing that got us wondering about the iron is that when it is off the base, when you are ironing for more extended periods and tend to put the iron off the bottom, how will you know if your iron is still heating because the red light does not blink, which it does when placed on the base? So, this is something we are not sure of. We also tried to iron a block unit of material. We first pressed off the seams. We realized, what we liked about the iron is that the cord does not come in your way when ironing. It is an excellent feeling to be able to iron cord free. Next up, we put the steam on high and did a little burst of steam. So you can do a burst of steam every 5 seconds. With this iron, however, remember that you do not have a back to stand the iron up. It means you have to continually keep putting the iron back and forth on its base. In any case, you do not wish to use the base while ironing. The only way to put the iron is on its side, which we do not recommend you do. An advantage of having a base otherwise is that when you iron more prolonged yards of cloth, you do have to have the base sitting on the ironing board. You can have it someplace else. We highly recommend this iron for professional quilters and sewers. At a price range of $89.99, the iron is a promising one out of its competitors in the market.